Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of AI Amigos show. My name is Marina, and I am very pleased to be here with James and Jianchao, who is back. Jan, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a
Oh
long
yeah, and
flight.
happy birthday, Marina.
Yeah, happy
thank,
birthday.
thank you, guys. Well, I cannot think of a better way to celebrate it other than talking about AI and data. So I am very excited to know about your trip, Jan. We were waiting for you in the last 2 weeks. We know that you have been to China, and then
Yeah.
we want to know what's the situation, how people adapt to the hype of AI there.
Mhm.
It is more or less the same as here, differences. So we want to hear from you.
Did you
Yeah.
really go to China, Jianchao?
Oh, maybe North Korea. uh, but yeah, the AI is different now. Like the main one we know about, people have been talking about it all the time, is DeepSeek. They're using DeepSeek a lot. And the quite shocking one I shared with you before the show or in our WhatsApp group, right? It was I didn't get that from reading the news or anything like that. It was on the TV. So I think it's a good thing. I thinking back, we don't have any TV program or anything like to really tell people to use AI. Especially old
Mm.
people still watching TV, right? We never do, but like my mom was watching TV. I was just sitting with her watching the TV. And then this TV program was talking about this woman and trying to diagnostic what happened to her. So she asked DeepSeek, what possibly is the problem. And then the following question, which is interesting, she asked, "Where can I see the doctor and all that?" And the DeepSeek give her all the information about which hospital are better and who to book your appointment with and what his specialty is, and all that information is in the response. So
Did
like
she
this
get
is also,
better?
huh?
Did she get better?
She did, and she actually see the doctor, and the doctor was kind of like, "Oh, you are the first patient recommended by the AI, to me," and I was like, "Okay, that's quite interesting. We just
but,
never
the, but
thought to use that way."
Yes, but the interesting part is how DeepSeek actually check that she should actually go to this particular doctor. So was
Mhm.
it based on reviews? Does it do a kind of, I don't know, scrubbing on Google to identify, where these doctors are? Is this
Yeah,
information in the system of DeepSeek? This is kind of, what
Yeah.
gets my attention.
yeah, and I think it's very much very different information laws. Like we have like a GDPR and all that sort of stuff, but in China probably more open on that. And it has this good point, but like yeah, you just get all the information. But I tried this on the Gemini and ChatGPT just to search anybody in Dublin, because once you connect to the internet, they could get information, just not as details as the DeepSeek telling me. Kind of shocking. Each person, what their specialties, what their position and
But
title in the hospital.
did they do? Because like for example, when on Google, the
Mm,
old Google search, right? They still have Google search, but the Google search, you would have your website and you'd optimize it using search engine optimization and use keywords and things
yeah,
like this.
yeah,
So I know that you can do this as well to optimize so that when you do a Google Now or Bing or even now DuckDuckGo is doing it, where you
yeah,
type a question into the search engine and then the AI gives you a response. And
yeah,
they're saying that if you want to get into that response, you have to optimize your website to do this.
yeah.
So my question is, did those people that doctor just do that, or did it just happen?
I think it
Uh,
could be entire different system, James, because they don't use Google. It could be
Yeah,
Baidu. They
exactly.
are
So
really like just already optimized for the AI
no, but
connected.
I'm saying, but you have to put. I mean, so let me rephrase. And I know not the Google. Obviously, there's not a Google there. I mean, that's a Western thing. But what I'm saying is, did they have to do anything to optimize their website, their services to the large language model, or did the large language model just go and scrape the internet and then do this? Does that make
I
sense?
think the second one. I
The
don't
second
think
one.
they, yeah, because it lists the hundreds of different hospitals and stuff.
So
If
when
you
you said the doctor said you're the first patient,
yeah,
the doctor didn't do anything to get that patient. That person just came because they put in their symptoms, they put in what they have, and they
yeah.
said, AI said, goes and searches and says, this is the person you need to talk to.
No, he
And then,
didn't. No, no. He follow. She follow up with the second question: where can I see this? Which hospital is good and which doctor? And it
okay.
does know
And
that.
then it actually get, but it still is a lot of information. I mean, it's
Yeah,
very detailed. I see that we have some viewers here, so feel free to ask questions about how AI is working in China. I
yeah.
think, John, what you are mentioning is super interesting. I haven't seen something like that here,
Uh-huh.
but I also read in the news. Maybe you can actually correct me and tell everybody if it is actually true or not. But there are some hospitals where they are kind of almost fully attended by AI.
That I didn't see. I didn't see that more interesting
How
stuff.
much? Yeah, luckily for you, probably you didn't have to go to hospital, right?
No, but
Yeah,
the lady went to a doctor, not to a machine, the one he was talking
No,
about.
I know, but what I have seen in some videos is that the medicines are actually delivered by robots
but
to the patients.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's some particular area, but I have to say the delivery system in China is amazing. Is amazing. It's crazy. Like
When you say
just
delivery, like delivery in general, like Deliveroo, or what do you mean?
everything, everything. Like I can see like the TikTok, like right now UK has a TikTok shop and all that has little shops, right? In
Yes.
China, it's very, very much integrated into people's life. Like my mom buying me, like, oh, let's buy some watermelon. And the first thing is not really going to the shop, is checking TikTok.
No way. So
Yeah.
then with TikTok directly you connect to a market, for example,
No,
something like
he was checking, he's searching on who's selling it online. And then you see those live people selling stuff, right? Show you their watermelon and all that sort of stuff. And then she put it down. And the second day we get watermelons. Like,
Delivered.
and then she's giving reviews and everything. It's funny. Like, the normal thing. Like you get full review next time you order is €2, €3 cheaper. She's
Mm.
doing all that. And I
that.
don't even know. She just have fun watching stuff, buying stuff.
But you
It's
were
just
saying
crazy.
something about this, Jianchao, to me the other day about how it was what do you call? I would say kind of like a mental overload in
Oh
regards to
yes.
like so many behaviors that you could do, like this was with your
Yes.
mom, like the reviews, to get like cheap prices. So if you do this,
Yeah.
you get lower prices.
And I
So
got I got really exhausted every day just choosing stuff. It's really, I think the service industry in China is gone. It's gone.
So I have a comment here from one of our viewers, Natalia. Thanks for commenting. So she's saying that buying in the supermarket would be faster, actually, than buying on TikTok. Well,
Yeah,
like following the logic, yes, because you have to wait one day. But remember that you will get some discount if you make the review. So then maybe it is worth the waiting, maybe
I-
for the promotion.
you know what's funny is mentioned buying supermarket, right? It's different mindset over there now. So we have a app called Group Buy. This is where my mental kind of break down because of the choices I have. Um, so Group Buy is like you have coupons, right? So if I go to like my kids and my wife drinks tons of bubble tea over there. So when you go into a shop, the first thing I ask you is not, oh, put in an order here. Most of them scan the code. I say, okay, QR code, scan the code. And then you order online on your phone.
Okay.
Nobody really talking to the person. Even going to the shop, sit down in a restaurant, scan the code on the table. I feel very much still like coffee time, if you know what I mean. And
is that everyone, or is that like young generation? Sorry to kind of just to say, was that
no,
like
No,
everyone,
everyone. If
everyone,
his mom is doing
everyone.
it, so I
no,
don't
I
think
know, but I'm just saying, like, I could see the
it's
younger generation doing this, but like the older generation are doing this, like your mother, you were saying, yeah. Shouldn't say
My
like she's not.
mother
I'm not
wouldn't.
saying she's real old.
You see, my mother probably wouldn't get the best deal like the younger people,
Okay,
uh,
yeah.
but
See,
she can
yeah.
she can still do the basic. So let me
she's
go
so
back
brave.
to
I
Go
the
love
on, go
her.
on,
yeah.
yeah, go on.
Let's go back to the group buy thing, right? So
Yeah,
Group buy is basically a huge application, and it's different shops, even the same similar shop. Let's say McDonald's. Different McDonald's have different vouchers and all that sort of stuff. So you're searching, yeah. You're walking around. The first thing you know is you're searching this shop if it has coupons. You're standing right in front of the shop. You're searching the shop has coupons or not, and then you select the coupons. You buy the coupons, and it converted you into their own app or something, and then you kind of you can use that coupon. You still have to buy those things and with that coupon, so you get a cheaper price. So it's just like sometimes I just wanted to go in and buy a drink. It turns out all those
You can't.
different, and that just not just me, the operator tell me sometime like, oh, do you have our app, or do you know this deal, it can save you a little bit money, I'm
And you're like, give me my
yeah, I'm
coffee.
standing in front of Tesla and register apps and then download or whatever stuff she wanted me to download to save like a €2 or €3. I was just like, it's just too much. Sometimes, like, some people are proud of they saved a bit more than other people because different apps, you're going through different procedures on how to cut the price or something like that. And yeah, I was talking to a taxi driver, and she always buys something more expensive than his wife. His wife was very proud of that. So it's a lot of work to get something. So
Well, so if we look, let's say at Latin America, that you really need to go to the stores and check which one is actually cheaper. In this
yeah,
case, I would say it's more comfortable, right? So then you have everything in the app.
yeah, the store is dying, the supermarket is
Yeah.
dying,
Yeah.
and in
Brick and
China,
mortar is going away. Yeah.
yeah, it's gone.
I want to encourage as well the people who are watching us. If you want to ask you something or ask John something,
Yeah,
feel free to do so. Now it's your chance to see how the situation is in China right now.
yeah.
He
And
just
then the
came
other
back.
thing, like the kind of the service we call like a Deliveroo or whatever, or what's the other company do the delivery of food and all that sort of
Like
stuff.
Just
Uber
Eat.
Eats, Just
Yeah,
Eat.
just eat or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
but in China is everything. So I was lazy even just sitting in a hotel in Xi'an because we don't wanted to queue in there. So we go back to the hotel and order the things. So order different things. Like my kids want a McDonald's, my wife eating something different, I'm getting a drink, and like it's all through the app.
All over the place.
Yeah, all over the place. And then
Jesus.
it's really cheap as well, and then really fast. And I kind of feel bad for the people running delivery those things at like 35, 40 degree. That's the sad part of it. But the other side is I enjoy the service. I don't need to queue in the
Well,
Do
but
they,
if
do
it
they
is
go?
40 degrees, I will be super happy if I don't have to walk outside, so that if
yeah,
it comes to me.
yeah.
Do they go like on a bicycle, or are they like on a moped? Like, do they have to like do exercise in this 40? I mean, like,
No, there are mopeds, electric mopeds. You can see it when you're walking through the busy
uh,
street. You see a lot of mopeds just left it there. It's still on, but nobody's stealing it. But left it on. Those people go collect and come back
you
out.
wouldn't be able to do that in Dublin. They'd steal it very quickly.
No, no, definitely not. Because
We
yeah,
Sorry. So
go ahead.
we have a question here from one of our viewers as well about the cash. What is
Oh
happening
my
with the
God,
cash? So then,
tell me about
does it still exist in China or not anymore?
it. It does, but it's very difficult to use, and because
Okay.
when we go back, my parents and other aunties, uncles give my kids the red envelope, right? Like every year, the new year, they give the kids for red envelope for good luck money, right? So they saved a couple of years for them, so they get red envelope, which is cash. So I've been paying through my phone everywhere. My mom been paying through her phone everywhere. So when we wanted to use their cash, and even the register, you have to go to a different till to pay the cash. And
Okay.
nobody using the cash. I didn't see cash other than we have the cash. You know,
Well,
I
here in
didn't.
Dublin, and they have like a separate. Well, I mean, it says card only, and then they before you click, you have to click OK that that it's card only, because you don't want to go at the end and go, I want to
Yeah,
pay cash. No, this is a card only till. Like, yeah,
Well,
I'm not,
yeah.
but that's obviously a different situation in China. I was going to ask you, because you said no cash. Is it like any cryptocurrency? Because I know like China is doing a
No,
lot in
yes.
cryptocurrency.
what happened with the cryptocurrency? Like people pay with the cryptocurrency, or they pay
No,
with
no, just the
card, or
it's just in the bank, kind of in Alipay or WeChat Pay. That's two main apps. Alipay has everything inside. I've been buying train tickets, getting taxis, everything inside. So every shop now has the terminal we have for card to put it in. They have
Yeah.
Alipay terminal. The terminal is
Oh,
funny. It's one camera on one side is NFC touch. So you touch your phone straight away, it pays through Alipay. Or like my mom doesn't have NFC on her phone, you just show your QR code to them, they scan it, and then that's it.
is that
well,
Alibaba?
Yeah,
No.
yes.
Alibaba, yeah.
I'm surprised about your moms. I would be amazed to see like my grandma or my dad, using technology like this.
Well,
Uh,
well, everyone is using it, but like her phone is quite funny. I sometimes I say I pay because it's hard to. Her phone's all the characters is super huge, so the alignment gets squished to other places, and then I
Mine
said,
is huge too. All right, Jianchao.
yeah, and I'll buy the tickets. My mom
Marina's is
said,
getting
I
huge
I
too.
can't see the yes button. I said, yes, because your yes button is off the screen. It's got squeezed off the
It's way
screen.
over here. It hasn't been
Yeah.
optimized.
well, so here we have in another comment is that some people heard that people can pay just scanning the hand.
Just
Is that not
and
much?
Scanning your hand.
no, I didn't see
Well,
that.
what I saw is that you can scan your face basically as face in recognition, right? So then that
Uh-huh.
one, yes, I saw it, but I don't know how true that is. Have you seen
Um,
something like that there?
no, I didn't see it. But our ID card, everything is connected because in China, everyone has a phone number, mobile phone number, and connected to your ID. So you have to use your real name to buy the phone number. So
Hmm.
Yeah.
once you buy all those things, is everything connected. So it's super convenient in a way. And
Okay.
yeah, we're going to the train station. I was pretty easy. Just tap my ID, I can get in. They know I have tickets to certain places, but with them, I have to go to the manual one because they use passport,
Okay.
all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but
So did you leave them behind?
I
yeah,
I actually want to ask you something regarding that, because someone told me, another person that I met that visited China, right? They
mhm.
told me like China is much safer than Germany, long
Oh yeah,
ways.
yeah,
And then I
yeah,
said, how come? Because Germany is kind of a safe place, right? So at least like where I live, like that, nothing happens here. And then, he told me the thing is, let's say that you rob someone in the street or you do something, there are cameras all over, and there
yeah,
is face recognition super fast. So then,
yeah.
the police catch you if you do something.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
then,
That's why those free bikes now left outside, right? Those guys literally just not turning their bike off to go to the shop, collect something, and come out right in it to deliver stuff. This didn't happen before COVID. I think my uncle was telling me, he says right now because of COVID, they implemented a lot of camera before,
Mhm.
for the QR code, kind of your certificate is green or red and all that sort of stuff. So now
Mhm.
the benefit of it
Or
just
like your vaccination card.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
So the benefit of it now is just very little bikes got stolen or bicycle. None of
Mm.
them. If it got stolen, got fined just a couple hours later. Straight away they can
That's
find you.
super good, actually.
So yeah,
I,
so
I
walk
mean, you cannot really imagine it, right? I don't know.
so the walking in nighttime is no issue at all. Like we can walk at the darkest alley is no problem. There's really no problem. We feel safe. But just the summertime, the mosquito gonna kill you.
They're gonna eat you. They're gonna eat you, Jianchao.
Yeah.
Not kill you.
But what about, for example, the public transport? I mean, or speaking English there. Let's say that I am in Shanghai or something like this. Can I speak English? Can I communicate? Or it's kind of, no, Marina, if you don't speak Chinese, you're done.
No, I think it's okay. There are all younger generation now. They might not speaking a lot, but they willing to help, and so all the public transport and all that announcing the station in English as well. So
Very nice, yeah.
now the thing is, you will never get lost. To be honest, for the amount of money we have, here, the salary we get here, I was taxiing everywhere. I was
Oh
taking
yeah,
taxi.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with that heat, you wouldn't be wanting to walk anywhere,
No,
right?
no, no. I didn't. I tell my mom says like it says the starting price of the taxi is like 9, and for 5 of us to go on the bus is two each. So you get 10. So you take taxi is cheaper.
Cheaper,
It's cheaper,
cheaper.
yeah.
And then we even get one of the fancy taxis because
Oh,
this is a funny story as well. So you can see the price. The price of taxi is dynamically changing from time to time. Same like Uber, right? Busy
yes.
time it go higher. So one night time I got this kind of VIP kind of car. It was just
Okay.
80 cents. 80 cents our money more than the normal one. 80 cents more. It's
You're a
probably,
big spender, Jianchao.
yeah, probably
Yeah,
10 or
that's
20.
nothing literally. It's
Yeah,
it's less than, I don't know, like
yeah,
the
probably
ticket for the
80
public
cents is
transport.
10 cents more, 10 cents more in Europe. So I
Yeah.
ordered this car anyway, and I come out, this guy was fully suited and the gloves and everything. I was like, holy, I'm underdressed to come out from the grocery store. And I asked
So
the guy, I said, do you really need to dress this? You just 80 cents more than the cheap one. He said, yeah, but like right now it's cheap, the time is
Oh
not a
yeah,
good
yeah, because
time.
there's a demand. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
slow.
I said,
Yeah.
I would like to mention there are more viewers. So then, if you have any question about how AI is working in China, society, etc., is again now it's your chance. Jianchao just came back from China, so then he's
yeah.
telling us all the stories.
And
Um,
just one more thing
go
about
on.
the cars. Like China is totally electrified, and the cars there's very very few, because I remember last time I go back is 2018. I can see all sort of cars, the brand I recognize. Now I go back, the very few European cars I see, like Mercedes, VW, all that, very few. It's all the cars I don't recognize. I don't know what it is, to be honest. It's just all different
It's
brands.
a car that you just, like a church electric, and it's working like the smart.
Yeah, it's all the Chinese brands. Like
Well,
when I go, I'm consider myself quite a kind of petrol head. Right? I supposed to know my cars, but I go to China, I don't recognize any of them most of the time. So
Because probably there are new brands.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
So
just new
well,
brands.
that's the point.
I saw that the CEO of Ford said that the pace of the Chinese automakers said it's humbling, was
Yeah,
his words.
it's crazy.
So, John, I have a question related to the jobs in there. Like, I mean, if everything is automated and you don't need contact with anyone or barely anyone, so what is happening with the working people, with the job market?
Well, all the university students are doing deliveries.
Oh, well, that's actually super bad. If we think about that, yes.
Yeah,
So,
it's all
but
doing deliveries
but you
for
don't
young
think that
guys.
maybe China needs more AI developers or cloud manufacturing, like people who actually get training on that
Oh,
professional
definitely. It's just
area.
it's a bigger market to compete with each other, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure plenty of people doing that, doing cloud and doing AI. But the cloud is different as well. They learn about Alibaba cloud or Tencent cloud. They don't learn AWS or any other cloud.
Well, I think that
Oh,
working for Alibaba would be like working in Amazon here, right? So then it would be like a super big deal in China.
No, no,
Not really.
not really, not really.
But for
Um,
what you were telling is kind of dominating all the transactional market like Mercado Pago in Latin America.
People in China don't ask who you work for. Ask how much you make.
So then if they pay you peanuts, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter if you want to work
no,
for
no.
Alibaba or for
That's the
TikTok.
first thing your auntie and all your relatives. Oh, how much you make a year? And then, oh, where do you work?
that makes more sense because you can work at Microsoft. You could be the janitor.
It's
Well,
wonderful.
or maybe yes, but still I am fascinated with some of the videos that sometimes I see online, related
Yeah,
to all
yeah,
everything is kind of automated with
yeah,
robotics, with the promotions, as you're mentioning, with the apps. This is
yeah,
incredible.
yeah.
But you don't feel that society is kind of overwhelmed at some point? As you said, like I just want a
I
drink.
am.
I don't care about any promotion, nothing. Just give me my
Yeah,
drink and I want to go.
I am
Can you
because
buy it like that? Or
no,
you have to
I
buy like
was
certain items?
I think I was really overwhelmed after a week. I just want to calm places. That's why me and my wife was talk about it. And so my wife says, no wonder in China there's a lot of monks in the temples. They just can't handle the noise and then
It's too much.
the busyness of the lives. They just want to
Yeah.
escape. I said, yeah, I wanted to escape as well.
Get me out of here.
But to saying that, my mom was saying like, "Well, you in Ireland more than you in China now. You're more Irish than you Chinese, so maybe it just Ireland kind of grow on me now." I kind of quiet.
I don't think it's that. I think that with the level of technology that they are handling, it's really different to what we see here, because here, yes, we see technology, we see automation, we see that there are so many, I don't know, let's say the supermarkets that are around me, for example, when I just moved to Germany, there
Yeah,
was only like one till that you can scan your products. Now there are like 10, so then it's kind of everything is going in the direction of the automation, but still you have contact with humans. For what
mm,
you're telling me is everything is totally automated, integrated, and then even people, they don't go just to the supermarket like, okay, I want a watermelon. I just walk in and buy it. As I am in front of the market, I check if I have discount, or I check on TikTok and I go to check with this person. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's part of the hype.
Culture.
I don't know how to call it.
not really. It can save money. That's the thing. Like I sometimes do go to the supermarket. In the supermarket, it's still the same. You get your kind of like self checkout. You got cashier there if you wanted to. You still can buy stuff over there. Just you're not gonna get discount stuff. But in China, people are looking for a bargain in some way.
Oh,
You
we're
get
all
cheap.
looking for bargains now,
Yeah,
Jianchao.
yeah. You get cheaper. You
I want a
probably get
bargain.
something. You get something similar, but you get it cheaper, right? So that's
Yeah.
the same thing. I do think the other element is because sheer amount of people, right? So they can try their idea way quicker than any other places.
Hmm.
Because even a small amount of people using your app, you still can make a profit of it. But it's really hard for any European countries, right? Like for Ireland, Ireland is my city is twice the size as the whole Ireland population. Just talking about that, so it is hard for other like other country to catch up, especially to 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 see those problems early on because sheer amount of users, right?
Mm.
For just one example, right? Just thinking about like Dublin Airport and the IP address is how you configure the network, making sure everyone connects to the
Mm.
Wi-Fi, right? That's different VLAN, different IP addresses. But in China, the train station is 10 times bigger than that. So you needed to working on your IP a lot more and more innovated, right? So yeah, so I think that's the difference.
Well, so something that I get as a takeaway here is also the education system must be like super brutal in the competition, as you said.
Yeah,
You have to be the best one. You have to get the best grade. You need to have, I don't know, maybe like an apprenticeship or something like that, some training to be able to find a job afterwards.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I think that is kind of different maybe with what we see here, because it's still, I feel that there is place for the freshers. Um,
yeah. A lot of like for university jobs, right? Come out university doesn't make you get a job now. Master kind of that's the baseline. A
Yeah.
lot of people are planning for doctorate. Like in China, right? If you are finish your kind of to be a doctor, you probably 6 years or something, right here or something. But in
mm,
China, even you finish the bachelor for doctor or something, you're not gonna get hired. You have to be minimum master to do some stuff. So a lot of those doctors, when they finish school, to actually got hired by the hospital, they are in their early 30s or mid 30s
Mm.
to actually get a job.
mm,
So yeah, so a lot of people like I seen those people give guidance to the parents for their children's they call leaving cert here, right? to go
Yeah.
into university, they have to think about, are your kids okay in their 30s to get first job? If it's okay, okay, you study very well, go for the doctors and stuff. They are choosing, but yeah, it's just sheer amount of the people, and then the education as well. A lot of bachelor degree now, so there doesn't really worth a lot as well.
Is it expensive to go to the university? You have to pay, or is it public?
No, you have to pay. I think, well, this is my ears now. I think my tuition that time is 30 grand a year.
Wow.
Wow, it's expensive.
Yeah, 30 grand a year. I think my tuition,
Those are
including
USA prices.
yeah,
Yes, it's
in
expensive.
our money, yeah, it was expensive. Yeah, but
Well, so I didn't know. I just expected maybe that there was like a public system, that you said, okay, you don't really pay for the university, but you have to pay for your expenses until you're in your middle 30s. But for what you were telling me is kind of, you really need to be very motivated to say, okay, I will wait until my middle 30s to actually get a job and so on. And you need to come from a rich family. Otherwise, how do you
yeah,
do?
yeah, you have to come out from a rich family, and yeah, in different provinces there are different. It's a kind of really big country, so different provinces have different exams, different scores for different schools and all that. It's really complicated. There are even people making business of helping people choosing university just for that.
Well, but
Yeah,
I don't want to be downer, so then because we were talking about like the hype of the AI, the noise and everything, and then we went to the dark side of the story. But Jianchao, it is amazing to know that you have some stories to tell us. I'm sure that we can post maybe some other stories and maybe some photos in
yeah,
our Instagram. So for those who are watching us, you can follow us on AI Amigos Show on Instagram as well.
yeah. If
And
you haven't been to China, and just go. It's really simple now. It doesn't require a visa now for most of European country, people from Europe. And
How
then
was
I
it?
think that, yeah, I think they're opening up for a lot more in Latin America now, Brazilian, all those places. I think Argentina as well. You don't need a visa now. You just go. We just land it and then stamp and get in.
well,
And
honestly,
how was
with
the
all
Chinese food? I was gonna
Huh?
say, how's the Chinese food?
How's the Chinese? Oh yeah,
How was the
Chinese.
Chinese food? Was it good?
that one, oh yeah, that's the important part of the story.
Yeah.
There's too much food. Everywhere there's food. Everywhere there's food. There's not a chance you don't eat.
Could
Everywhere.
you actually eat the food that you cannot find here?
Everything is different. Everything is different. We have all
I'd
the
say so.
things. Like it's crazy. Even my mom was putting. We go to this water park, right? So my mom was saying like, oh, pack some bread and some food to go there if you're hungry. I went in. There's a whole street of
Food.
Chinese. Yeah, whole street
Yeah.
and left and right with different food. I was like, am I coming here to swim or am I come here to eat?
Did you eat the sandwiches? Did you
It
eat
was
the
like a
sandwiches,
mini
Jianchao?
Disneyland for you. I
Uh,
can imagine.
yeah, it's
Yes.
crazy. It's
So
crazy.
you didn't eat your mother's sandwiches, Jianchao.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So, guys, thank you so much. Shanchao, your stories were amazing. Thank you to our viewers and to Natalia for commenting. And well, guys, I'm looking forward to meeting you next week.
Yeah. It's like, is it birthday again next week or just
No,
no,
no, no
no,
birthday. It's
no,
not a special
no.
birthday. But thank you. It was really, really an amazing episode. And Chanchao, you gave me a lot of wishes to actually visit China. I want to go back with the wishes to go to the temple, to the
Yeah,
monastery or so.
yeah, super cool. That one, I was really calm inside. It's nice.
I knew she wanted to go when she said, "Do they speak English over there?" I knew that was like, oh, she wants to know so when she can communicate.
Exactly. Otherwise, if it is only in Chinese, I don't know. I would be crying. Shurandin.
I think they were saying something like 2030, 2040, somewhere around there, that China will be the largest English speaking country on the planet by
Mhm.
population.
Yeah,
Let's see.
because everyone learn English, right? So that's
Yeah.
it. Um,
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much and see you next week.
See you guys next week.
I
Bye
know.
bye.
Bye.
And straight.